In Chapter 18 of Zora Neale Hurston's Their Eyes Were Watching God, Janie observes several groups of Seminole Indians walking past her house. When she asks them where they're going, she learns that they're fleeing the Everglades, moving to higher ground because a hurricane is coming. But since the weather's calm, no one in the migrant camp worries. During the next few days, more people head east, joined by rabbits, snakes, deer, and other animals instinctively fleeing the storm. A Bahamian boy offers tea cake and Janie a ride out of the Everglades, but the couple stays behind in their shack. That night, a small group of workers come to their house to play guitar, sing songs, dance, tell stories, and play cards and dice. When the hurricane finally hits, everyone but a worker by the name of Motorboat leaves the couple's shack. Sitting in the dark and battered by the increasingly powerful storm, Janie, Tea Cake, and Motorboat try to ride out the hurricane, but Tea Cake realizes the situation is hopeless. After the dikes burst, the trio tries to outrun the floodwaters of Lake Okeechobee. They reach a tall house on a hill, where they take refuge. Motorboat stays there, but Tea Cake worries that the house will flood, so he and Janie walk and then swim toward a bridge. Finally, too exhausted to go on, Tea Cake falls asleep on the side of the road. Janie grabs a piece of tar paper roofing to cover herself and her husband, but the wind carries her away. Janie tries to swim back to Tea Cake by holding on to the tail of a swimming cow, but a big, aggressive dog on the cow's back growls at her. Tea Cake saves Janie just before the dog can charge. He kills the dog, but it bites him high up on the cheekbone. Tea Cake and Janie survive the hurricane and reach Palm Beach, where they find somewhere to sleep. This pivotal chapter presents the novel's climax. Hurston uses personification, calling the hurricane a monstropolis beast. Vivid, destructive imagery describes the hurricane and resulting flood, emphasizing how small and insignificant humans are in comparison to the fury of nature and the power of God. We ought to note that the Bahamians felt discriminated against, and the migrant workers have no regard for the Seminoles' knowledge of the pending storm. This furthers the way Hurston confronts prejudice and shows its damaging effects. Chapter 18 gives us the phrase that serves as the title of the novel. While Tea Cake, Janie, and Motorboat sit in a shanty, along with the other workers who have decided to stay in their shanties, they wonder what will happen. They seem to be staring at the dark, but their eyes were watching God.